Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, GetAPCN.com. Dave Parker here. You know what? This video is actually being shared with the general public in an effort to save lives. Now, please invest. Like I always say, please invest your attention into what I'm about to share with you. Very serious situation. A target on blacks in general, inner cities. It just is what it is. This is not a conspiracy. It is what it is, and I'm about to share something with you from decades and decades of credit and financial experience. All right. So both professionals and consumers, please invest your attention into what I'm about to share. No glitz and glam, not going to be a lot of video things and music and all that behind it. I just want to get straight to the point, make it very simple, and provide ways out. You know, you are being targeted. Blacks and minorities, inner cities are being targeted with a new scam called the CPN. It's that simple. It's called credit privacy number, or there's another secondary number, or whatever they have, another name for it, which is basically this: a jumbled up social security number or jumbled up EIN, or whatever the case may be, a number that is not going to get you anywhere. Let's focus more on the jumbled up social security number, mainly because if these companies that sell you these CPNs, if they go the EIN route, it's not incorporated, it's not going to get you what you need, etc. So let's just stick to that. The 99% is credit privacy number, and it is landing folks in jail. It is not showing up on the news that folks are catching felonies behind this thing. Luckily, if you get a misdemeanor behind it. But either way it goes, your desperation, because you need extension of credit. You need credit. You need someone to give you an apartment, extend you credit to get you that apartment, a roof over your head, mortgages, houses. You know, you need to have that house. Gotta have a roof over your head. Gotta have transportation. You need that vehicle. You may need to get ahead with credit cards or a loan here and there. You know, you may have debts that have stacked up or filed bankruptcy or got judgments, got liens. Again, student loans are all over the place, or you're in check systems, can't get a bank account. Whatever the case may be, somewhere in this consumer lifestyle and consumerism, you're going to get a dead end in which you run into one of these traps, which makes you a primary candidate for someone to come along and say, hey, I'll give you a new credit file. You can start over with this thing called a CPN. Now, there's a lot of debate, unfortunately, on places like YouTube, and we're going to upload this video to YouTube for sure, along with a number of other videos. We're going to focus here at GetAPCN.com our efforts for a while to reach out to the general public, and for our members, we want you to do the same. Reach out to your family and friend and associates and let them know this thing is a scam, and here's why. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of this thing. You know, back in the days, right before the crash, they created a same market. The market was very similar, and they dubbed it the subprime lending, subprime mortgages. All right. And here's how the two tie together. Bear with me for a moment. All right. Subprime basically meant, for those of you who don't know, just real quick, subprime mortgages were mortgages that were for less than perfect credit, or let's just say bad credit. You come in, you got a 500 credit score or 480 or 520 or whatever the case may be. You got late payments on there, all kinds of crap. And so what happens is this loan officer, this mortgage company says, okay, we don't care about your bad credit. We'll get you past that. We'll do this and we'll do that. We'll do credit letters, which is that part's okay. Uh, but we'll do certain things, stated income, where we don't even verify if you have a job or income or anything of that magnitude, that would normally qualify someone and say you're ready to make this mortgage payment. You're qualified to make this mortgage payment. You've proven good credit worthiness and you have a good income and employment, and all that. And so we know that you're good to go to make that $1,000 a month payment or whatever it was or is. So in a nutshell, that's what subprime was. All right. And what happened is, I'm not going to say that subprime lending itself was bad, but what was bad was how it was used to bring down and crash a market, the housing market, the real estate market, the mortgage market tanked. And because it tanked, it domino affected into a number of other things. It caused a lot of businesses to go out of business. Now, inside of that, because they used that and they blamed folks for doing that. Oh, you just bought a house you couldn't afford, or the loan officer put you into a mortgage that you couldn't afford, and he knew what he was doing, or she knew what she was doing, and everybody blase blase. A lot of people went to jail because of subprime mortgages because it led to lying on the mortgage application. A lot of fraud popped up in there. People were creating paycheck stubs and W-2s to get the deals closed. All right. As a matter of fact, this is where the CPN scam originated. And you boggle up the Social Security number, and it makes it look to the credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. I don't recognize that Social Security number. It's brand new to us. So what do we get? A new credit file. New credit doesn't really qualify for anything. So what do you have to do after that? You have to use a system that was set up for grandma to give grandchildren credit. And hey, baby, I've had that Visa or that MasterCard or that JCPenney's credit card for about 20 years. I'm going to make you a secondary card holder, make you equally responsible, even though I'm going to pay it and I paid it on time for so long. I'm going to put one in your name. And guess what? Next month it's going to show up on your credit report. Now you've got credit, baby. That was the original way. But now you trick the tape with the CPN. Got a new credit file. Now you need to establish some credit really fast. So you go out, you spend $300 all up to $2,500 or $3,000 I've seen to purchase trade lines from people you do not know and they do not know you, to slap this thing onto this CPN credit file. And the person that's selling it to you, oh, you're all good. Now you got a 680 credit score. You got one trade line. You might need to buy another one. Got another one for sale for $300 to $500 or whatever. You don't need that much since the other one, which was $2,000, got you a 680. Let's just put another one in there. Now you got credit depth. So there we go with the trade lines. And I'm going to get more into detail about that in later videos. So please subscribe, please follow. We're going to kill this thing. So anyway, the bottom line as to why lenders, creditors, banks allowed subprime to go through is because they're in the business of lending money. They have to make a certain amount of loans and mortgages or car loans or whatever to keep their businesses afloat. Now, what happens, this is really technical, so I won't go too far into it, but let's just say you get a mortgage today. Whoever says that they're loaning you that money, whether it's Bank of America or Chase or whoever says they're loaning you this money, and you close, you got the keys to your house, guess what? What they're going to do is they're going to take your loan, they're going to package it up with other loans that are very similar, and they're going to go sell it on Wall Street. Investors are going to buy this thing based on the credit grade and the risk of it. Okay, this is just how millionaires stay millionaires or billionaires, because they invest in things that makes them interest over time. It's like the new age loan shark. All right. So anyway, this investor has this loan that they've bought from a Chase or a Bank of America or whoever, and it defaults. Payments are missed. And even back in the days with Subprime, because it was a fraudulent thing to maybe get the equity out or whatever, they never made one payment. Or they never made at least 12 months, a whole year of payments. And now the investor's pissed off. And he's telling them to open up this file and find out, do some investigations, why this person didn't make one mortgage payment and has sheets instead of curtains or blinds up to the windows. Scam. And you find out that, guess what? Social Security number's not real. It's fake. You find out what they call a 4506. All right. Again, I'm going to go into detail. I'm going to tear this thing apart. I'm going to go video from video and everything else and get into detail. That's why I'm telling you to subscribe. 4506. So what a 4506 does, it's an IRS form. You can go to your local IRS. It's a transcript. It tells about the tax filings over the last couple of years. Did this person file tax? Is their Social Security number real? Booyah. Not real. This person just committed fraud. They lied on their credit application about that Social Security number. Period. Now, you may think you're getting away with it. You may even end up in that mortgage, in that house. But once this happens, they're going to go back and they have to place the blame on someone. But listen, the lender, the loan officer, they've already made their money. Whoever sold you a CPN made their money. Whoever sold you a trade line, they made their money. Now you're stuck holding the bag. And listen to this. Do not lie to yourself about the U.S. government and the court system, because how many times have you heard about someone saying, hey, judge, I didn't pay my taxes the way you wanted me to because my accountant didn't tell me this or didn't tell me that. They try to place the blame on the accountant, and the judges don't care. You're going to jail anyway. We don't care. That's exactly what's going to happen if you get yourself caught up with a CPN. You can blame it and tell the judge all day, you didn't know. Someone sold you this CPN. Someone sold you these trade lines. Go get them. Let me go. All right. Not going to work. So all you wanted to do is get an apartment or a house or a car or a credit card, or bank accounts and all that stuff. And now you've got a felony, and it's going to travel with you for the rest of your life. It's not worth it. They are targeting you, inner city, blacks, minorities. You're being targeted with this scam. Yes, they created it. They reinvented it. They can't go out and say, hey, Subprime is back, everybody. Not after that crash. So instead, they sowed the seed into inner cities, directly to blacks and minorities, to get involved in this scam. And so when it comes crashing down, just like subprime thing, they're going to say these folks went out and created this fraud called a CPN, and that's what happened to that market. Excuse me, I don't want you to pay, I want you to invest your attention into this thing. Do not debate whether using a phony, fake Social Security number that was not assigned to you by the Social Security Administration and believe that it's legal for you to do so. Because, sure, and this is how they're lying to you even more. Sure, you can go create it and throw it up in the air and say, hey, I just got this crazy Social Security number. But once you use it, the fine print on every credit application, albeit apartment, mortgages, car loans, credit cards, whatever, this information is correct to the best of my knowledge, blase, blase. And when they find out that you lied, it's fraud, it's criminal. You're going to need to hire an attorney to get your life back together. Not worth it. Yes, you have been targeted. Yes, you have been targeted. I'm going to keep this video low. I don't want to go 30 minutes into this thing, but we're going to do some more. There is a better way. So if you have a CPN and you're into this crap, or if you're selling it or whatever, start reversing, do a U-turn, double back. We have ways to help you at getapcn.com, but in the meantime, shut it down, report it to your state attorney general, cover yourselves, report who sold it to you, who sold you the trade lines, complain at Better Business Bureau, do what you need to do to cover yourself if you've already applied and done these things, because the heat is around the corner. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about trade lines a little bit more, and we're going to actually get into what we call verifications. All right, the verification process, underwriting that goes on after you have completed a application for credit. Thanks for investing your attention. Run from the CPN.